What is up? It is another episode of Dynasty Pylon, and my why is my camera deciding to do this
It
now?
waited. It waited all that
It
time.
waited just for showtime. I hate this camera sometimes, and it's one of my best ones. My other ones, I have are just too wide. There it is, and then I don't know technology.
Mine too. I have one here, I have one here, one here, but this is the best one. But it auto focuses all the time and pisses me off.
Oh, great. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. We'll deal with it. I don't know. This one's been kind of giving me some crap lately. So either it's my positioning, maybe I got to get closer. I don't know. But as long as you can hear me, I think it'd be okay, right?
That's all that matters. Is sharing the knowledge. That's all we need.
Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of knowledge that a lot of people probably didn't know or didn't watch, or you just kind of just joining in just cause. If you're under a rock, the combine just happened. People are being signed. Franchise tags are being flaunted. Franchise tags are being signed. It's and this is just it's not even free agency time, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, the
Because
whole
it's really
week,
weird and really
7 days. There's 7 days to free agency time, 50 days to the draft, and this is the weirdest time right now.
Yeah, it is. So it's also my favorite time, though, because you never know what's gonna happen. What's up, then, boys? How are you, man?
What's up?
And yeah, I mean, you're here, right? You're here, right? We're gonna be talking about the combine. I got some crazy stuff like with the combine and measurements of these dudes. Uh, I don't want to be a quarterback next year, man. I don't want to be a quarterback next year. These guys
Are
just
monsters?
are just too damn big and just freaks. They're monsters. Exactly what you said. They're just and we're coming to a point where they're just getting bigger and faster, stronger. And I don't know. But it's crazy to see how the NFL is transitioning. We are now starting to see some DNs. You don't see the Michael Strahans. I think Miles
Every
Garrett is the
team is like 245 to 255 pounds.
yes.
They're all outside linebacker size now. They're all
Yes.
6'5" with the long arms, and they're svelte. Like it's crazy. You don't see the guys 280,
No.
290 anymore. They
The
just said Miles
last
Garrett.
Miles Garrett, yeah, exactly. Miles Garrett is probably the last like DNs that we're used to seeing. Now the NFL is transitioning to these fast, speedy guys around the edge. The 3-4 concept isn't going to be a thing anymore. I think the NFL's transitioning and they're getting rid of the 3-4 and they're just taking that 3-4 linebacker that they have on the outside. They're just going to put him at the end. I think that's what's happening, and I've been noticing that, and maybe this started with Michael Parsons 2 seasons ago, or maybe a couple seasons ago. But T.J. Watt was probably the first introduction to all of this, where they were starting putting a fast, speedy guy on the outside. Like, look, dude, if you could push a guy half your size out of the way and make him look silly, and you can still do your job, by all means, why am I going to stop you?
Isn't it it's also the evolution of the quarterback. So as we're seeing now, every quarterback's coming out has this great speed, has this running ability. So they've used the veer action. They've used all those things, these run pass options that make them killer problems to even defend. So you need these uber athletic defensive ends now to do everything. So I need you to play the run. I need you to go for the fullback, play the quarterback, and still get your hands up for the throw. And you're not going to do that at 290. That's just the truth. You're going to have to got to be 245, 250. We are looking at the changing of the guards. Those defensive ends that are 280 are now defensive tackles. Or going to offensive linemen, going to left tackle. Because honestly, these defensive tackles now are 6'1", 6'2", powerhouses.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting now.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about that because I have a good handful of guys that just kind of put some crazy numbers. But first foremost, let's just talk about, you know, and if you haven't heard about it yet, it's kind of the biggest elephant in the room. It's the
Yeah.
whole weird collusion thing of Lamar Jackson. Now, what if you haven't heard? So the Baltimore Ravens put a non-exclusive franchise tag, meaning that this is what we're gonna give them, but we're leaving it open for other teams to give him an offer and to see what they give him so we can match it. That's what they're doing. Now, typically NFL teams don't really do that. Why? Because they want to sign their guy, they want to keep their
Yep.
guy. They don't
Yep.
want the rest of the league to have options to sign the guy that they actually is their franchise quarterback.
Yep.
They don't want that. But here we're in a rare occasion that a NFL team is doing this. Now, now people are getting kind of controversial about it. The biggest thing was when this broke out, literally that same exact time, I am probably within a 10-minute window. I don't know.
They're signing Daniel Jones.
Other teams came out and said we don't want anything to do with them.
What is crazy?
Which is yes.
I mean, your team, the Washington Commanders, who definitely need a quarterback. They have an entire team ready to go, have first round picks, said no, we don't want anything to do with them. Yeah. And I mean, I understand it's not about the money that I don't understand, because I do understand the money. But you don't have to give him a fully guaranteed contract. They're just not offering him anything. It's almost like they're making an example of Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And they're warning all the rest of these quarterbacks coming down the line, because you're going to get Joe Burrow, Herbert. All these guys are coming up next. He's letting them know, no, don't come in looking for a fully guaranteed contract, because it's not happening.
Right. And it's just weird that it happened so quickly, and we've been hearing it the last couple of days.
Oh yeah.
And there's quarterbacks that are looking at teams, and me personally, we've already had this argument. We're not going to get into that because we've already argued about it. And you know how I feel about Lamar. Like, is he a good player? Yeah, but I just don't want anything to do with him. But it was just weird that right off the bat that this was said, and it was like, okay, well then, how long have you guys been talking? And look, these guys probably talk all the time,
but it's
but they just know the rules. That hey, you can't
Yeah.
give out your information this quickly, man.
Yep.
Like this, like you talk. We're all here for fantasy. We play fantasy. We love fantasy, and collusion happens between two owners because they talk beforehand and whatnot, without putting someone in the trade room. That's fine. I get it. But then there's different things that there's like the unbalance of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's where so this is where owners are talking to each other. Like 30, there's 32 seats. Okay, 30 other teams are gonna be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then the 5 that came out, so which means the other 29 are like, well, not 29, but the 27, 26 or whatever that came out, like, well, what's going on? So
why wouldn't the Giants be the first ones who like, well, I could have Daniel Jones for $40 million, or let me for $5 million more, I could have me Lamar Jackson? Like, that makes no sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. But here's the other thing: when you do a non-exclusive tag, you have to guarantee that you have that money available. So what it really does is, for that week while the contract is being negotiated, you can do nothing during free agency, and free agency starts on Monday. So
like Tuesday, isn't it?
Or Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I'm sorry. It's Tuesday. No, you're right. It's Tuesday. So what if they have a guy that they really want to go after in free agency? They cannot offer Lamar Jackson the contract yet, because they will be struck. They will be unable to offer him that contract because they won't have the money available. You have to be able to hold that money available for that week. So it's interesting that they're doing this time. It's genius for the Baltimore Ravens to do it, because no one can do anything unless they strike out during free agency.
Mm-hmm.
So Lamar shouldn't expect to get any offers for at least 2 weeks.
Right.
Because I mean,
but here
as I
we
said,
are. We're in a weird situation where it's a possibility, and kind of like what Dan Boy says, it also makes the price of the 2 second rounds of bidding war guarantee people to trade for him too. So yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm looking at your big ass bowl of whatever the hell you got. So reason we relay is because like I was gonna go on
yeah,
without you,
yep.
but you said you were coming, so I'm like, okay, I'll wait. What the hell are you eating?
So this is actually fried rice and chicken breast. So
I'm looking at it. What the fuck?
my wife
What
was
is
like,
this?
she felt bad for me because my cousin told me he need to go right then. She felt bad for me, so she gave me this as I was walking downstairs. I was like, oh man, that does look good. So if I stink a piece, don't tell Martin, guys. Don't tell him.
I'm literally watching you, bro. I'm looking at this. I'm like, what is this? So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy to see um that now so that now that the Giants have just, signed Daniel Jones. And I'm sorry to say this, but
Or
I don't want
you're
to be mean. Look,
come
Daniel
on, dude.
Jones balled out last year. But for the first 3 years, 4 years, whatever, I can't even remember. The Giants never did anything for him. They never really, and it was all injuries too. Like injuries, no receivers, no lines. So it was just accumulation of everything. Finally, last year, everything came together. But again, no receivers. Now, if you get, I would expect them to get a receiver. I would
Oh, they
expect
have
them
to.
to
Oh, they have to.
yes, and I would expect that Daniel Jones would have a repeat of what he just did, assuming that everything was correct. Now, I can say, and a lot of people can say, that he's just a mediocre quarterback or just above mediocre. Just above mediocre.
I think
The
he
Kirk
is
Cousins
mediocre.
line that we like to
He
say
is.
on this.
I don't know if he's above the Kirk Cousins line. I think
We
he's
don't
at.
know.
He might be the new Kirk Cousins.
We
Which,
don't, yeah,
Kirk
maybe.
Cousins was the guy who made all that money that everyone was concerned. Like, I don't know if he's really worth it, but he continued to make money and continue to make plays. So if Daniel Jones does do that, I think he's going to be fine. I'm just
Hmm.
concerned that he might not be able to do that. And 2,500 passing yards might not be enough to give
Hmm.
you $40 million.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just
the best he's done, man. That's the best he's done. So it's like I can't, the price that they were asking and Daniel Jones wanted. Like honestly, what the Giants did was smart. Do I feel bad for Saquon? Kind of, yeah, but it is a business. See, the whole thing got messed up last year with the Browns. The
yep.
Browns messed it up from the beginning with that whole big giant contract to Watson. Now the rest of the league are like, well, I want something like that. It just changes the outlook of a single position. And this is why if they franchise tagged Daniel Jones now at 30, what at 32, 30 million, right?
Yep.
And if next year they want to do the same thing, it goes up, I think, to 35 or 39. I can't remember. But it
39.
goes up. And it's exactly what they did to Dak Prescott with Dallas. So it changes. So instead of dealing with that later, because I don't think that Daniel Jones is going to fulfill this whole contract. I think they're going to keep him there for about 3 years.
So it's basically a 2-year contract for them.
Okay. The
After those
money
first 2
drops
years,
after third year,
the money
right?
drops. After the third year, the money drops, and you
That
can
makes more
basically get
sense.
rid of them for nothing.
Exactly.
You know,
That makes more sense. So instead of giving him two double franchise tags, which probably I think would cost them more.
oh yeah, it would definitely, and the salary cap hit would be the full $32 million.
Right.
So though Daniel Jones got this big, huge, $40 million a year, his salary cap is only like $19.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it saves them $22 million, $21 million a year to do this way. It's smart. I
For
don't
the
think many teams
organization of the Giants to make
or
sure,
organization.
because I don't think
Exactly.
they're going to keep him that long. Like I just don't like it. I think they're in somehow reconstructing that. Like I'm gonna look at so look now I'm looking at his stats. I need to know now because uh let's see here 2022. Let's see. Oh, he did worse. So he
Yeah.
did better his rookie year
Yeah.
touchdown wise. But he beat his
He,
yardage.
But you also got to remember what he ran for some touchdowns too. He was running. I think he ran for 8 or 9
He had
touchdowns.
7. No, so
So,
he did good.
just is he
Passing, he
worth
did
40,
15, but he rushed for 7, which is look,
22?
ultimately he's
22 is
look,
fine. I mean, Justin Fields did 22, 23. I mean, that's fine.
that's fine. Yeah. No. Look, he's gonna have to redo this for the next 2 years in order to stay there
Yep.
or find himself a job. Is he gonna be in the league for a while? Oh yeah, definitely. Do I see him on the in the Giants in 3 years? No. No, I don't see him on the Giants in 3 years. I honestly see him somewhere else. Where? That I don't ask me that. Where? Because
I mean,
that's
it depends on how he does. Because if he does poorly, they can get from under him. Remember right now. So if they with this contract they did, it's an $82 million dead caps hit for him. So they say for any reason they decide to cut Daniel Jones, it'll cost him $82 million towards the cap. But
yeah,
his overall cap hit is only $19 million. So like everything they're doing is for the next 2 years, thinking that we'll know what he is in the next 2 years. We're paying him this money, but his base salary is only $9 million. So that's what the contract is. Kind of weird. They did, and they spread this money out, very similar to the Aaron Rodgers contract. Aaron Rodgers, he can be traded because they can take this money and spread it out through the years. The salary cap hit, the dead cap hit.
yeah.
So it works out. It's doable. So yeah, it's gonna be okay.
No, yeah.
But it's just the looks of it looks bad. When you say Lamar Jackson's going to get $32.5 million, and you say Daniel Jones is going to get 40, it just
Right.
the
No,
optics.
and I understand that. It's just the the franchise tag in the money situation is a big deal, and it sucks because all the owners they don't want to do this. Like they have to, but they don't want to do this. You lose star players this way. It just happens. But then it opens up opportunities for other league or other teams in the league to try and figure it out. Sometimes some teams pay off that salary cap for them to take a player,
Yep.
which and that happened last year with the Rams, or 2 years ago with the Rams and Jared Goff.
Yep.
The
I mean,
Lions agreed and the
this
Rams
was going to
agreed.
happen. The
Yeah,
Jets. This is going to happen to the Jets and the Packers. If Aaron Rodgers, Ron signs with them, that's what's going to happen. They're going to pay it off, and so
we
it'll
don't
be
know.
okay.
They flew there today.
So they
They flew.
flew there yesterday, and they
Was
went
it?
to dinner. Yes, they went to dinner last night in L.A. And then they stayed, and Woody Johnson stayed. They're still there right now. That's
So if they
crazy.
fly back today, we don't. Well, more than likely they're flying back today. I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see. And
I think we're
honestly,
gonna hear
I
something tomorrow. I think we're
I
gonna hear something tomorrow. And it might not be what we think. I'm not saying that he's gonna sign with the Jets tomorrow. I say we hear something tomorrow, and Aaron might
maybe
on it and say, "You know what? I'm just gonna retire." But I know that this much: the Packers are done. The Packers are gone.
the Packers might either. I kind of want to say he's just going to stay. He's probably just going to stay. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards stay. Um,
Packers don't want him.
I know, but look, I've never liked the Packers organization on their front office. Like I never liked the way they run things. Everything always just seems off. I can't tell you what it is, but there's always something off about him. And is it Aaron Rodgers running the show? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's
It's just
they
weird.
don't trust him. They don't trust him, and it's funny because
They don't trust themselves. They got Jordan Love at a very high price,
yeah,
and here we are after now what 3-4 years now.
yep.
He can have the option to like leave, and it's crazy that Jordan Love literally came out and said, "If
If you
Rodgers
don't,
signs, I
then
want to trade."
I'm one
Can you
trade
blame
exactly.
him?
Nope,
He
not
has
at all.
never gotten a real shot, and the little amount that we've seen, he looked really good.
But here's my thing. I don't know if he is going to be good, but he deserves a chance because it's totally possible that he's Mitch Trubisky. Has all
It's
the
a
tools but can't put
possibility.
together. but
It's a
he needs
possibility that
you
he's
need
going
to
to be a
see
lot
what
better.
the hell he has because Aaron Rodgers is not going to be playing in 3 years.
No,
Jordan Love
I don't
could be
think
playing for a decade. You know, and that's what you need to see what the hell's going on. You're not going to get rid of him. So that's why I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to stay. But what's funny is, Matt LaFleur is the coach for the Packers, right?
Mhm.
All the coaches that have been courting Aaron Rodgers are all Matt LaFleur's friends. Think about it. Like everyone who's been courting Aaron Rodgers are all Matt LaFleur's friends. They're all looking like it's like you being with your girlfriend and you tell your friends you about to break up, and all your friends are calling your girl. That's what's going on right now. It's hilarious. When you think about it, just think about it. Look at look at
Yeah.
all the coaches
Yeah.
that want him are Matt LaFleur's people.
It just no, man. Like they find I can't, like, me being an NFL fan, like I love the entire sport. I like watching, like I can watch any team and break down any team and know just about most of, like, 75 to 80%, maybe even 100% of every roster on every team. That's just it's just the only sport I watch, really. And I can say that, I can argue that. And it's just like, but when I watch the Packers, it's like, what are you guys doing? And it's almost as crazy as what are the Saints doing? And what are the, there's teams out there that you question. They're
The
one of
Saints
them.
just kick it down always kick the can down the corner, down the road.
Look,
They're like,
the
we'll worry about that later.
the
Derek
funny
Carr's
thing,
they're like, hey, Derek Carr, we'll give you all this money. He's like, you're $40 million over the cap, sold. Like,
I don't
it
get it.
doesn't make sense.
The four teams that always got me scratching my head are the Packers, number one. They're always number one. Number two is the Saints for me. That's number two. But I could predict them a little bit more than I can the Packers. Packers are just like a
They're gonna
crazy
keep on
girlfriend
paying
that
money.
you don't know when you're gonna get stabbed or when you're gonna get some love. Now, I don't know. Okay. That's the Packers. Okay. Saints, I don't know. We know this whole financial situation, but yeah, here they are. They just signed Carr
Yeah.
for whatever. I don't know how they did it. And we'll talk about that.
He made like
And then
$44.5 million.
yeah, the other
Crazy.
the other team is the Houston Texans. Every year they're always some type of drama thing going on, or that some situation with the staff or the players. I don't know what it is,
Ever
and they
since
can
Bill
never get
O'Brien,
cool.
man. Bill O'Brien is the problem. He started it's been downhill ever since then.
Yeah, and it hasn't fixed itself. I'm hoping that this year it might be the year, but we don't know. And then the other team is the Raiders.
I have no
Those
idea what the
four
Raiders are doing.
teams,
I have no
those
idea.
four teams,
So
I don't know. They all have their flaws. They can't draft. They can't
yeah,
figure out their staff. They can't figure out their players, or they can't figure out their financial issues. Like it's crazy to see, and it's just funny to me, and it's live
no
entertainment.
idea what the hell they're doing.
It's live entertainment, and I love talking about it because I don't know what they're gonna do next. I like putting on NFL Network and say, let's see which one of these teams did something today.
So the Raiders were one of the teams that said, "Hey guys, we're not interested in Lamar Jackson."
Right.
15 minutes later, they release out. Oh no, we're not saying that we're not interested. We're just saying as of right now, we're not going to offer him a contract. It was like 15 minutes later. You guys are the most ass backward team I've ever seen in my life. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Commanders did something similar too. Not they didn't like retract from what they said, but they just like said they weren't interested. It was just really
You
interesting to
know,
see.
I understand the Commanders also because as much as I think collusion is going on, they're in the middle of a sale. They don't know who the owner is. How could the GM sign off on $200 million quarterback without knowing who the owner is, without
Yeah.
having the money already there, and also knowing that doing that's going to stop them from signing anybody? So like I understand them. I really do.
So I I'm just sitting here waiting to which one of these, like, where Carr goes, or not Carr, but where Rogers might go. Lamar, if he gets any offers. I mean, those are the big three guys right now. Carr obviously signed. Daniel Jones just signed. There's one guy that is a pretty good. We've seen him do really good. He's gone into playoffs.
Yep.
He was a former first round pick.
Yep.
Threw over 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, but equivalent to his interceptions. That guy is out there running around, and he just saw someone else take his team again. And that's Jameis Winston.
Dude, he has the talent. Jameis Winston can't even be your backup quarterback. You know that? He can't, because he's probably more talented than your starter.
That guy can be a starter. He is probably better than a handful of quarterbacks out there already.
If I'm Miami,
yes,
James is my backup. If I'm Miami, Jameis is my backup.
Just go over there now, because we don't even know what Tua's doing. Why not?
Why not put him there and Tua go ahead and be hurt? Because famous Jameis can throw that ball.
Exactly.
And you putting those type of guys, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, with him? Oh my goodness. Like, can you imagine what they could do?
Or get a fresh start at Houston.
I wouldn't be afraid of that, especially with the new coaching staff. And I think they're going to trade up. They're getting a quarterback.
They're getting a quarterback. But if he's a backup, and we're going to transition to Houston, because they have essentially the second overall pick. And we know they're going to get QB.
Yep.
There's teams that could look at him. We don't know if the Panthers are going to be eligible to get one of these guys.
But did you see what the Panthers said? They're only looking at 3 quarterbacks.
Well, there's only 3 quarterbacks that you really want right now.
Well, Anthony Richardson is flying up everyone's.
He should be. He should be flying up everybody's radar.
They don't want him. They said
he's not on their radar.
He is not on their radar. They don't look at Will Levis.
You are
no way. And CJ Stroud. Now this could be Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and Will Levis.
Get out of here.
That's what they said. We only want these 3. We don't believe anyone else.
Will Levis did not impress me. I'm sorry.
He didn't impress me in Kentucky. I didn't. No. There's nothing about him that's very impressive, but
at all.
This is what they said, but this could be a misdirection, because this is the season where GM saying one thing but really thinking another.
Go with the next. I'm going to draft Mac and Cheese, and then I'm going to draft Trey Lance.
Exactly.
You know what?
Could be like they're saying we only want Anthony Richardson, but we're going to tell everybody else it's someone else.
Look, Anthony Richardson is one of the craziest things that's ever came out. Like, we've been talking about him for a while, but we just haven't showcased him yet. And that's just because of timing. Like, this week has been crazy. I wanted to put out more videos, but I'm leaving to training tomorrow. Yeah, in the middle of the week. So I'm like, damn, man, like, it's gonna be busy for me. I actually, which is crazy, I have training and then I'll be back Sunday.
So that's good, because that means when Tuesday comes out, it's happening. I can't see the legal tampering period is Monday. Sunday at 3:00.
That's Monday. I hate. Like, okay, for those who don't know what legal tampering is, it sounds bad. Like, anything that has the word illegal or legal in it sounds bad. Tampering even sounds bad too. Basically, like, let me and Derpy, if you don't know what this is, if you're still here, if you're even watching, legal tampering means open to negotiation.
Yep,
that's all it means. But people are like, "Oh man, it just sounds bad." Legal tampering, it just sounds
like
bad.
Doing something wrong.
Yeah, yeah, and I just want to clarify that so everyone but know it's just not. It's not like it's a bad thing. Okay, it's just that's what they're calling it, and that's what they use. So that's what we all say. Yep. But it's just open negotiation, and that starts the 15th.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So,
sorry.
No. So the 15th is when you can sign, but you can legal tampering. I think it starts the 13th.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe you have 2 days that you can do that, and it's stupid. I honestly don't understand it. Like, why are you allowed to legally tamper? And then, if that's the case, just let you sign. Why don't you just start it that day?
Yeah. In yeah. The
It's
7th. So
weird.
yeah, so the 7th basically is the last day of what was essentially the franchise tag.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. So the 13th. The 13th through the 15th,
It's
uh
legal tampering.
at noon Eastern Standard Time is when they
Right.
can.
Yeah.
So then the 15th is now a new year. This
Yep.
is why I don't like using the word off season, and I hate the word off season.
Mm.
You look, and I don't want to be mean, and I like thanks to you, you helped me let it
True.
softly develop to Tank. Because Tank is a redrafter, not a dynasty player, or doesn't look at it that way. And I get it, it's fine. 95% of us don't care because there's not a game. I get it. But when you got degenerates like us who constantly grind the NFL, there's always something going on. And
Yep.
Brian said this multiple times. There's always something going on. The new year starts Wednesday at 4 p.m. and it is official a new year. Then during that time, there are pro days happening.
Yep.
They've already started. Now I haven't looked at the pro day schedule, which there's some players I do want to see. Um, that we
I'm
didn't
interested in a lot of them because I'm not just sure about all their the 40-yard dash is going to be different. The benching is going to be different. The
possibly,
shuttle is
yeah.
going to be different. So
And
I'm
there's some that
interested
didn't
to
even
see
do it.
that. Hmm?
So the pro days are gonna happen all the way during this time, all the way until basically I think the 31st of the something like that.
All the way through March. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So and then after that, the biggest date would be a 3-day meeting that the all the owners go out, and I think last year they went
Clue.
to Hawaii. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Last year they went to Hawaii to their nice fancy motel. They had their bed and breakfast. Andy Reid with his Hawaiian shirts as normal, which didn't even look anything different. They just go out.
You
Uh
just go to Kansas City to Hawaii. Same shirt.
hey, look, but
Same
this
cheeseburger.
year, this year it's held in Phoenix. This year it's held in
Andy
Phoenix.
might not be there.
Say what?
Andy might not be there. It might be too hot for him.
Oh, it's March. It's spring weather time. It's a little windy here, so it might be okay. We don't know, but it's held here in Phoenix, um, and that's the 26th through the 29th, and that's when everything gets discussed. New rule changes, all these new rule changes. Someone always throws up something,
Yep.
whether it gets denied or accepted, but somebody throws in something. I mean, we just had a new rule change in the playoff series that everybody should get a chance in the Super Bowl, that they should have a possessional chance to win in the Super Bowl game.
No
Who
matter
brought
what.
that up? The Bills, second to the Eagles, and I think Dallas agreed to that. I think the Niners agreed to that, and a whole bunch of other teams, but those were the main teams that popped out to make that change. And then sure enough, it happened. Now, this year's Super Bowl, we didn't go into overtime, so we didn't really need it. So, but
That's true. Yeah. But
uh
almost. You almost did.
almost. Ooh,
If it
now I
wasn't
would
for
have
the
been really
referee, if
happy.
it wasn't for the referee, it would have been real close.
Yeah. 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 But yeah, it is what it is. So those are the big dates in March. And then of course after March 29th, the last day owners meeting, and I'm pretty sure at some point the draft. The draft is happening the 27th through 29th. The
Yep.
schedule doesn't come out till I
Which
think
is
somewhere in
weird.
between that time too.
Yeah. So I think his schedule comes out in mid-May, mid-April. So we start
Yeah,
getting
no,
schedules.
after the owners meeting. So
Yep.
in between that time and the draft,
Yep.
usually what happens. But right now, like I said, uh, rookies, we just saw a gang load of them,
Yep.
and we could finally see the separation now. Like we knew we had our tiers. We had these guys. All right, I think he's better than him. I think he's better than him. But now the combine kind of helps out the separation. Now this
It's just
combine,
something. It's added information to you to your study. That's
yeah,
what it really does.
yeah. So it was really interesting to see. It was my first combine in good handful of years. It just so happens I always end up having training during the combine, or a pandemic decides to break out. So, I usually miss out on it. This was the first one I saw, and I'm glad because this was my favorite class that I knew. I knew this was going to be a special class. I knew it. And when we saw what happened this last weekend, oh my goodness. It blew me away day
It's
one.
so funny. Everyone that's not a wide receiver was running these crazy times. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
These cornerbacks are running 4.26 40s. What was the dude from Michigan? Turner the second. DJ Turner the second. Yeah. 4.26 40.
All right. We all know Keyshawn Butte, right?
Yep.
He ran a 4.5.
That's
There
nuts.
are 10 DNs
And linebackers.
that ran a 4.5 or faster.
There's so many DN and linebackers that are running 4 or 5 minutes.
Never have I ever seen where there's been 10 defensive ends tackles, or even defensive tackles, run just as fast as a high prospected freaking receiver running at 4.5 or faster. It was insane.
Byron Young ran a 4.43 40, guys. Byron Young
I
is a
like
defensive
Byron Young.
kid.
I like Brian. And you know what? I saw him and he stood out the most to me. And I said, that dude is at 250 pounds. And let's talk about Brian Young. I'm glad you brought him up.
Because I like him. I like him a lot.
I like him a lot too. What's up, Kadania? I see your comment. Let me get to it real quick, all right? Let's put Byron Young. Hold on. It was no. Hold on. Byron Young. No, there was someone I wanted to compare him to. Hold on.
Byron Young ran faster.
Talk about Byron Young real quick. Yeah.
He ran faster than Bijan Robinson, guys. You realize that? Byron Young, so we have a lot of corners, some be high draft corners. Zay Flowers that I don't like because he's so small, right? Byron Young and he are 1/100th of a second apart. A 5'11", 200-pound, 180-pound wide receiver. Byron Young is 6'5", 250 pounds, and they only ran 100th of a second apart. That's the NFL we're running in. It's almost positionless. Like it's crazy what we're getting it now, guys.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that, they're a lot shorter. I'm like, yeah, but I think that's the new position now. I haven't heard the word D-end used in the NFL for the last 3 or 4 seasons.
It's edge.
We've been using edge.
Yep.
Like I said, the 3-4 is no longer a 3-4. That 3-4 linebacker is now
bulked up. Yep.
They're smaller, they're heavy, but there's like height-wise smaller.
But they're powerful, and that's what we're getting.
And
getting guys that are explosive. Yeah.
Yes.
Fast and explosive. So
what does an edge runner do? They run the outside. Outside contained. That's their job. Do they got to spin back inside? Look, you put the fastest dude there, do it. All right. Let me read this real quick. Kadani, hey guys, how he's doing? Did I win any awards, or did Martin pull a Steve Harvey on me and feel this first take and Skip and Shannon put together, except for the LeBron James hate from Skip? All right.
But you have LeBron James hate. Go ahead and give some LeBron James hate for you.
We gave you the award, man, that day you pulled off on Super Bowl. That's it. That's it. That's it. What else you want, man?
You almost won MVP of the Super Bowl. Come on, Kadani.
You scored a touchdown. That's it. What else you want, my guy? I can't give you any more, man. But look, I looked at Nolan Smith, and when he blew everybody's mind, like with that time 4.39, right?
Yep.
And then it was funny when he got mad and he threw his phone down because it was a 4.44, his original time. He looked at his phone, and by the way, this is the first year I've seen these prospects with their phones out on the combine field. I've never seen that before. So it was interesting. In the past years, they never wanted them to do that because it distracts them. They want them focused. But honestly, I think that's okay. It worked out because look, these guys are like cattle, and I feel bad for them.
Yep.
I think they just need to change the NFL Combine the way it's ran. And Brian, you can agree with me there.
I mean, it's weird because it's the underwear Olympics. I mean, they're parading you around in your underwear. They're looking. Every team is coming. They're like touching you and making sure.
Any ounce
It's
of something
weird.
like, oh, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
it's weird. They're taking pictures of you sideways and everything, and then you got to do these jumping jacks. It's free. And if you get hurt during the NFL Combine, you're on your own. That's what's nuts. I don't know how it's legal.
Kind of like Voorhees.
Exactly.
I feel bad for Voorhees, man. Voorhees was really good center. I was excited for him. He was going to end up somewhere, and now his rookie year might not be until next season.
Exactly.
Does he get drafted? I don't know.
I'd say he has an opportunity to go back and come back and reapply next year, be real eligible.
I hope so, but we'll see what happens.
You said Nolan Smith. I just want to bring this up. Nolan Smith almost ran the same time as Christian Gonzalez. You don't know if you know Christian Gonzalez is. He's the number 2 ranked DB in the entire draft. Nolan Smith ran 100th of a second below Christian Gonzalez. That's what we're getting, guys. An edge rusher and a cornerback running the same time. Nuts.
Yeah. 49ers Super Bowl win. That's what I want. Love seeing you guys on the show, always on. Brian, I saw that the 40 you ran was a 3.96, and Martin set the record for bench press. I said it might be the other way around.
I have a better chance at the 225. So I do this every year when the combine comes back, because when I did it, the 225, I did it 24 reps, and I was very disappointed in myself. So every year I do 225 just to see where I'm at right now. I did 37 reps. 37 reps. Was it 2 days ago at 225?
Yeah, but you can't run the 40 with crap no more.
Oh hell no! Run the 40. They'd be like, they don't need a sundial to me to run the 40. Stopwatch.
All right. So we're talking about Nolan Smith, 6'2", 238.
Yep.
Okay. Ran a 4.39. There is a receiver who's 6'4", 235. One of the best receivers in the league.
Might be
Nolan's hold on. No, Nolan Smith is the equivalent to this man. The only difference is he can't catch and the receiver can't spin. Now, if you took Nolan Smith and told DK Metcalf, hey man, let's trade spots. All right, cool. You wouldn't tell the difference. If you train DK Metcalf to spin move and knock off some blocks, he could be at the end. If you train Nolan Smith to catch, you would have 2 DK Metcalf. It is. I'm looking at these dudes. I'm like, these guys are the same guys. They are the same body type. They just have different traits. And I'm
They're training differently.
Yes.
Joey Porter Jr., who is the third best cornerback, third or fourth, depending on your list, in this draft, right? Everyone knows because of Joey Porter. Ran a 4.46. As I said, Byron ran a better time. Byron Young was at 4.43. We already talked about Nolan Smith ran a 4.39. So they're outrunning not just any cornerback, the top cornerbacks, guys. That's how explosive these guys are. And you really want to blow your mind, look at the 10-yard splits. When they do 1.39 seconds in 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That means they're exploding off the line so fast that you have no chance. I don't know. Quarterbacks have less than 2 seconds now
these
to get the ball off.
Are screwed.
You have no chance.
In this class, these quarterbacks are screwed. That would be Mark easy. Who is Rich Eisen Dynasty Island when it comes to 40? Mark is slow. Mark is probably the most unathletic guy on our crew.
I don't know, man. I see Fredo literally blow both his hamstrings running from first to second base in front of a bunch of 6-year-olds.
Oh wow, okay.
Like,
I've seen Mark running from home to first, and he's fine. He used to be our pitcher one for a league that we had, but yeah, no, maybe Fredo. But is Fredo really here? Like, okay,
that's a good
Kadani,
point.
do you
That's a
even
good
know
point.
who Fredo is? Well, let's put it like Fredo. No, it's got to be Mark, because Fredo, like, even when you guys
Mark
are talking
always
on
makes
that group chat that I don't even pay attention to because I don't even know why we have it. To be honest, we should make another one. But that's just me. Look, I'm just saying the truth. Like,
so
come on
mean.
now. Come on the show like Braden does every now and then and say what's up.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
I
consider
get
you.
that. I get it's funny because Fredo just comes up with these crazy things that he's saying, just comes out of nowhere.
I read some of that BS. I was like,
uh, I like you, my guy. I really enjoy listening to you, but you don't know what you're talking about.
no.
It's okay.
I whatever you guys were talking about a few days ago, I was like, what is this madness? I'm not exercising any of this. And you kept feeding the fire. I was like, I'm
But
not.
I'm like, maybe this is my. I was trying to get him to calm down, come off that ledge, like saying he was like the Bears will get 3 number ones,
No.
going from like 3 number 1, 3 number 2s, and 4
Absolutely
players going from 1 to 4. I was like, I don't know how that could
Absolutely
happen.
not. I thought I was like, nope, I'm not paying attention to this BS, bro. I'll go stick to my sources and more realistic things that are happening. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny when I looked at Nolan Smith and DK Metcalf. I
Yeah,
was like, these
that's
guys are
the
the
side.
same dude, just different traits. And I swear, if they ended up in Seattle together and you put them right next to each other, there's only like an inch or two difference of height. That's it.
Oh, that's exactly it. Them boys is right. Trust me. I don't know if Mark wants to click on that, but it is very much like that. I've been there. It feels that way. It's very. You feel like a piece of meat, like a cattle drive. That's the
Go
that's
ahead,
the
go ahead and continue with that. You know what I forgot to do? The most important thing is the
hashtag.
tags. Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I'll click on this. I'm a little slow on this because I was listening while driving, but the combine is essentially ran like a slave trade used to be. Who's going to be the best worker for our farm based on the physical traits? All right, so let me kind of walk you through what happens. So you go in first day, you're going to talk to any team, go through your medicals, go to the many doctors that want to go with you. So they do MRIs, they do open MRIs, they do closed MRIs, they do all those things. That's the first day. The second day, you're literally in your underwear. They're doing body fat, they're doing body composition, they're taking pictures of you for your file. That's very embarrassing because once again, you're sitting there in a line in your underwear the entire time. Now they're gonna start working you guys out. So the drills are fine. The 40-yard dash, the bench press, the cone drill, the 10-yard shuttle, all those things are fine. You know, they do pass blocking, your shuffling, your punching. They measure all those things. So I mean, all those things are fine. That's not the hard part. The hard part is just the embarrassment of being put in the line and dealing with all that stuff. You should go. You should look at but this is why Demorley Smith is talking about getting rid of the combine as we know it, because it is that way, and you don't have insurance and you're not getting paid to do any of these things. So it's very weird. So yeah, just kind of it is kind of ran like that by owners, and that's why even hearing the idea of owners is very triggering. It's not the best thing, but is what we have. If they ran it the right way, it'll be more like a job interview. They just don't do it that way, and that's why I think the NFL PA is going to get involved. They're going to make it more like a job interview. All these questions more like that, and less like what it is right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And no, I agree with you. It's there's some things that need to be changed. Like we all like watching it. So
oh
that's
yeah, it's
something that
entertaining.
it is, it very is, but I think it just needs to be different. Maybe like the PA probably mentioned that how degrading it is.
Yep.
I think that they just need to change the way it's looked at. Maybe the medical stuff can be done there at the facility, but not while everybody's watching.
Actually,
Maybe in their own separate rooms, doctors at a time or whatever, schedule their time. I don't know, just something different. You know what I mean? Like not all there and everybody's looking at you, and kind of what them boys kind of said. I don't want to like exactly put that exactly how that is, uh,
but
but
it does feel like
almost.
cattle. It does
That's
feel like
why, yeah, like cattle, and that's why, and that's look. I'll even show like it's look. That's why the PA doesn't want it, and it's viewed that way. I'm not gonna repeat what that is because it's something like it might, you know,
trigger
but
someone. But
yeah,
yeah,
but look, we don't see that, but that's what happens.
yep.
Brian's dealt with it. So
It's
so that's it,
weird,
it
man.
just needs to change. And I think they just individually need to see the doctors or just not be, pick of the
It's
litter
the
type stuff.
pictures. It's the forming of your file that's really weird. So like you're going through and taking the pictures of your body to the left and to the right, and it's just weird. And it's not like they're doing it just for everyone that's there is involved gets a file filled out. So it's not just like it's all black players. It's not all Hispanic players. It's everybody. But once again, you're not insured. If anyone gets hurt, no one's covered. You're not getting paid for it. So I'm just saying those things, if you change those things and leave it a little bit more covered and leave the medicals maybe to individual teams that want to know about you. You do those things, change those things think it could be better. It could be seen as a better thing and more like a job interview, a legit job interview.
Right. That's what it should be. I mean, even when they're standing at the podium and stuff like that, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we don't some televised stuff don't go on there, but unless you have different packages to watch it. Like we actually watched the NFL Combine on NFL Plus, which I was hoping you would have came back. Did you end up getting busy that day or something? I
It
don't
was
know.
still my wife's weekend, so she was like, "No, you're
Oh
sitting
man,
right here." You know what I did? I watched some rom com again. I was like, the same one I've watched like 15 times with her, and I was like, but I can't say that because it's my wife. And, this is her birthday, so it's just like, all right, well, guess I'm watching this same silly old movie.
and yes, it is, and I just think it just needs to change. And
Yeah,
but I don't think they're gonna veer away from it. I hope they don't take it out completely because they're talking about completely. I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, I like watching this. I like watching them run the 40, like that the exercises that they do
people
in
get
the
excited
different
about it.
that it's cool. It's the Olympics, man. But uh it's the behind the scenes stuff that they're trying to eliminate, which I think they just need to alter, and that's it.
It's that
Um,
first day when you're going to open MRIs and all that other crazy stuff. It's nuts, and all the pictures and stuff. It's just nuts.
yeah. What's up, Tank? I just woke up and then he says, there's a whole South Park episode where Cartman pretends to be a Southern owner getting into the college players. And he's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's
But
it's
that
kind
we
of
all know what it is. Like we all,
yeah.
it's weird because you get the owners and they're saying they're owners and they're touching people and they're looking at pictures and they're prodding and stuff like that. So it's just optically very bad.
Hmm.
And if they change the optics, I mean the idea is ingenious. Put everyone in one place, good, bad, as long as you're decent enough to be drafted. Everyone gets a chance to get their 40-yard dash. Everyone gets their 10-yard splits. Everyone gets their vertical, their broad jump, the three cone, the shuttle, the
Yeah,
bench. Everyone does it all in front of everybody.
yeah,
It's genius, but it's just the way you have to do it needs to change. And maybe it's regionally. Maybe you change it to a regional thing and you pay everyone and everyone's insured by NFL up to $100,000 or something like that. Yeah, if you do those moves, things change, and it's looked at better and more like a job interview that you're a worker. You get workman's comp.
Yeah, I could work with that. And then I think the players would actually be appreciated more too. It'd
Exactly.
be a little the attitude would probably be different. These guys are tired. There's like no sleep. You know, they probably didn't
It
have
is.
enough sleep from the night before because they're worried about what they're eating, what they're drinking, how their sleep habits, and all that takes in account. You know, these guys go in all week, and then they finally do their combine at maybe few hours of sleep.
Yeah, a lot
So
of people don't. That's why a lot of people don't run. So like when you say, why don't you work out? They're only there. They don't want to do medicals. They only want to do the talking because they know how degrading it is, and they could go back to their school and control the narrative.
mhm.
So I
Yeah,
don't
and then the
blame them for doing
colleges are different.
that. Exactly.
Maybe you heard about this, but did you hear about that?
When he compared
On camp,
the combine to the slave trade, yeah, it is exactly what it was, and that's what
I
exactly what
I
he
didn't
said.
hear him say that, but I mean,
Yeah, that was even before he started kneeling. But it's
okay,
what it is.
yeah.
I mean, everyone says this, and everyone thinks about it, and
So
you know,
yeah, no, it's just different, and we're just speaking about it. Hopefully, it changes. Like I said, I don't want the NFL Combine to go away. We all like it. I just
it's
want it
just
to change. That's it.
it's like when
Um,
Anthony says, "I like the combine more than the pro day." I just want to see you play with random players, and you also be next to other guys who are in your position. You're
oh
being
yeah,
able to compete a lot more when you're at your school. There's no competing. You know you're better than the dude next to you.
yeah,
You
yeah.
practice with him already. You already know, but you're going against someone else. You're competing.
You
I'm
see
going to be
these
the
other
fastest they
receivers
do.
looking at each other in the corner of their eyes, like that
Oh,
route was ass, or I could do better than that,
exactly,
or
exactly. I would have caught that. I would have came down with that ball. You know, hey, no way
look,
in
if
hell.
you play football, you know exactly how receivers are, man. Receivers are the worst.
Hey,
They're
dude,
the
you
worst.
see, you see KJ with CJ Stroud, and he threw to he threw the JSN, and JSN came down with that ball. He was like, "For you, I'm coming down," and he would have said they would have dropped it. He said he pointed like they would have dropped it. I got you, bro.
If the players don't have insurance, can the college cover them because of their advertise their college? I don't
Not,
know.
it's not, but because it's no longer you're no longer a college student anymore. Once you go for the combine, you're no longer a college player. This is not benefiting the college in any way. It's only your own stock, so you're putting your own future in your own hands. So only the NFLPA will be able to control that.
Yeah, but and they need it though, because I don't. They need this, so they have to kind of do it.
Yep. Because you if
I
you
just
don't do
That's a
it,
good question. I don't really know. I like Brian. I'm so glad Brian is here. Brian knows the steps of what just happened through it. Like,
you you're so when you're like a guy like me, like you're so glad just to be even asked to come. You don't even care. Whatever they ask me to do, I want to do. But you don't think about a guy who's going to make it to the NFL. He hurts himself, not being insured. What does that mean? Is your entire career go over because of it? I mean, it's those are just things that you don't think about, but that happen all the time,
yeah,
and that matters. So
yeah,
let's say insured, um, even get paid for it. If we got NIL deals, who's making money off this damn combine? They're making money off of it.
yeah.
Then
Televised, and then thank God they're
televising
not.
it.
It's still
Exactly.
free, but that'll probably change soon. I have a feeling it's the amount of crowd that showed up on Saturday. They're
Yeah.
probably gonna want that for the other 3 days, and the NFL is gonna look at that and try and do
And,
something.
and all you have
It
to
was
do is
exciting
insure
on
them.
Saturday. It was
I'm
exciting.
gonna, I'm gonna tell every player that you all get $1,000. You all get $1,000, and we're covering your insurance.
Hmm.
That's it. It's not. This is not ungodly money. Oh, $1,000 for all these players. It's not a crazy amount of money, guys. We're talking about less than $2 million for everybody, and
Right.
that's including insurance. That's everything. $2 million.
Yeah.
That's a drop in the bucket to the NFL.
Uh, so I don't want it to go away at all. Just stick to the drills and test, and maybe measure in white with shorts and t-shirt like a normal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
But
it.
but they take it to the another level, and it's just kind of crazy. Um, it's like they're taking advantage of the young men with carrots to getting into. Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
Oh, it's like if you don't do it, you have no chance. And if you're those borderline guys who
Some of
have to
these guys
show
need it.
you have to
Some of
do it.
these
There's
guys
no
need it, and we're going to
question.
be talking about one of them today because he wasn't there specifically today, but we're going to talk about him today. But he'll be at his pro day.
Yep.
And
You can't take away the pro day, Anthony. That's what you say. You cannot take away. That's one of the most important days that you're going to have. All those high draft picks. That's when they do all the stuff. They want to control the narrative. You can't take away the pro day.
Right. So another thing is like I wanna talk about Bryce Young real quick and Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Will and a little bit of Will Levis. Will Levis didn't impress me. We already said that. But Bryce Young, obviously, I heard somewhere that he spent the last 2 months eating pancakes.
I was like, eating cheeseburgers, bro.
Eating pancakes in the morning and high protein the rest of the day. So he stocked up on carbs early morning to burn it and ate protein for the rest of the day and worked out. But then also seeing that a lot of us are like, oh, well, that was just all water weight. like no, like I don't know what really happened, but we know that by the time first week comes, I don't think he's gonna be that size.
He's gonna be back to 190.
Did Mark go to the combine? But I don't know. No, he didn't. There was
I know he had the tickets, but I don't think he did.
No, he didn't. Had tickets to all 4 days and he didn't go. But it wasn't necessarily his fault either. Someone was jealous of others of going out. I don't know. It was a family thing.
Yeah. That's
someone felt guilty of going if they went. Let's say it that way.
Gotcha.
So look. So anyways, so when I heard this, I was like, no way, man, no way. So the last 2 months, Bryce Young has been eating all these pancakes, right? I'm thinking somewhere out there in the world, some dickhead who lost their fantasy football championship is probably eating these pancakes right next to Bryce Young and don't even notice. This NFL star is probably coming
at the Waffle House every morning.
I was like, no way. So I tried finding it. I heard it on the podcast. I'm like, oh, that was hilarious. But that would have been fun. Like, can you imagine? And you know what's funny? It was probably some redrafter who probably don't even know who the hell Bryce Young is because they don't know who the upcoming class is. Like next year, I'm already.
You probably know Bryce Young, even if you're a redrafter. You know that guy.
I don't know. You'd be surprised. Like I'm already excited for KJ Jefferson. I'm already. Yeah. You already know this. That's my guy.
I think there's 2 other quarterbacks better than him, but we'll see.
Yeah, I know, but I have a certain taste, and I like the way he plays. But yeah, so I guess he was doing that, eating proteins and what the last 2 months. But that's what it was said. I don't know. But
just saying this, I just want to throw this out there. So he's 5'10". He weighed in at 204, but he's probably once he takes a shit. He's probably going to be back to 190. Most likely. He's going to be he's in the bottom 1% for height. He's going to be in the bottom 5% for weight. His average 40 times ball. He's about a 4'5", 4'6" guy. So I mean he's athletic, but just so small. And we saw him stand next to CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson. He looked like their little brother. He really did.
You know what Anthony Richardson was? And CJ Stroud was, you put them all in a line, right? You know the little Russian toy,
the resting dolls.
You put one inside, you open up the other one. Anthony Richardson, you open up CJ Stroud, you open up the other one. You get Will Levis, you get the other one, you get Bryce Young. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Let me see. So CJ Stroud is 6'3", 214. He runs about 4.7 40. He does everything right. Yeah. Will Levis is 6'4", 229. Runs a 4.7 42, but he's so stiff. That's why I didn't like him at Kentucky when I was looking at him. He's just so stiff. I don't see how that guy's going to be fluid enough to be great in the NFL. But I've been
I
wrong
think, all
before.
right, look, he's gonna come out and he's gonna be like Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, exactly what I said. That's exactly what I see.
Maybe PJ Walker. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
No, Andy
PJ
Dalton
Walker,
was.
Andy Dalton.
I could see Andy Dalton.
That's what I think. So
It,
I don't know. Like,
he said, "Are you sure CJ 6'3"? I thought he was shorter. He measured at 6'3" and a quarter.
CJ.
CJ Stroud.
I didn't even see the measurements on him. But if
He
you
was
got it,
6'3"
you
and a
got it.
quarter.
I don't have it
And
up.
Will Levis was 6'4" in the eighth.
There it is. Yeah, 6'3".
Yep.
He's 6'3". Can confirm.
Like, overall, like if you start ranking these guys, I know Bryce Young is the better quarterback, and if he was 4 inches taller, he will be. There's no doubt who's number one.
Man, he would be.
There's no doubt. I mean, he'll be a otherworldly guy coming in.
Look,
people would be tripping over themselves to get him.
He would be Pro Bowl talent.
Exactly.
He'd be Pro Bowl talent if he was a little taller.
If he was 6'2".
But right now he's a year one starter.
Yeah.
So that's it. Like, all these guys are year one starters.
I see CJ Stroud as maybe the one I would probably pick first.
Oh yeah. This is my biggest fear, that if Houston picks him up, and now that we're talking about CJ Stroud, I want to put this up. Like, Stroud looks so smooth, polished compared to the other quarterbacks. Stanton impressed me a bit too. Not high pick impressive, but it's surprising. Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
He's a fourth round pick. I would draft him as a fourth project and see what Stetson has.
My bad, I forgot to put that up when we talk about pancakes.
Yeah, I get 24/7.
But yeah, no. Look, these guys are gonna be year one starters. It's Anthony Richardson that might be.
He better not.
Say what?
Anthony Richardson better not be a year one starter.
I don't think he will. I think he'll be a good backup with a like a potential to start next year.
I would love to see him in Seattle. I would love for him to get to see. I don't think he'll last on the board long enough. But Seattle
man, we forgot to talk about Geno Smith.
Yeah, Geno. I thought about
I wanted to talk about Geno Smith at the beginning. I forgot. Look, Geno Smith. Hats off to you. Congrats, buddy. You proved everybody wrong. I doubted you. Brian doubted you. Everybody in this chat probably doubted you. You came in the NFL draft as a number 1 first round draft prospect. All 32 teams doubted you, my guy.
Yes.
You sat there all day watching 32 other rookies get drafted, and your entire family was sitting there all nice, dolled up, ready to get drafted and to go on the stage, and nobody drafted you. You went back the following day, and a lot of players would have just went, you know what, let's just go home.
He manned up and did it again. He didn't care. He manned up and showed up again.
And he got drafted that day by the Jets. And the Jets didn't like you. And you played there a year. You played somewhere else for a little bit. They didn't like you. It was 2 teams. Who did he play for? There was like 2 teams. Hold on, let me.
They didn't give him a chance.
No, he played. Geno Smith played for the Jets for 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. Went to the Giants.
Yep.
Went to the Chargers.
You said the Chargers? Wow.
Went to the Chargers and only played 4 snaps. And they cut him. And he played. He had 4 attempts, 8 yards, and rushed for 2 yards on 8 attempts. So maybe it was more than that. So it was about 12 snaps. But it was bad. And
he
stuck around
so much.
This man could have retired years ago.
Geno Smith made $17.7 million in the first, it's 8 years of his career. How long his career was. Geno Smith will make $52 million this year, guys. And all I want to do is give him a hand clap. I want to just tell you, you are a story that people should talk about. Perseverance, believing in yourself, and then owning up to when you have a chance, doing it, actually doing what you said you can do. And I commend you. You were the second best story I heard all year. You right next to Jalen. This is the best thing I heard, and
It
I'm proud to watch you. Even though
it
and
wouldn't
I was wrong.
it
I was
wouldn't
wrong.
surprise me when he signed it, and he probably went home and crying in tears
Yeah.
because this is probably going to be his last contract.
Yeah.
He's 32 years old. How big was the contract for? 3 or 4
4
years?
years, 4 years. But
He might be done.
it's huge. It's the first 2 years he's getting like 82 million dollars in the first 2 years.
He's good. He's good. He can be he is good for the rest of his life, money wise, if he's smart with it. Because he knows what it's like to struggle, and he hasn't been living the real NFL
As a
player
star,
salary.
and now
Yeah.
he's going to make 4 times more than he's made in his entire career in the next 2 years.
Yep. So, congrats to you, and you have fooled everyone, and you proved everybody wrong.
Yep.
And I just want to put that out in the universe, even though probably will never make it to you. But if you ever somehow see this,
Just know, hey, yeah, I mean, commend you more as a man standing up for what you believe in, and doing this for yourself. Like I believe I'm a good player, and doing this and standing up and working hard and getting there. I have nothing but props for you, man.
yep,
Nothing.
exactly. So, uh, but you mentioned Seattle, and if Richardson goes there, Gino might be the guy to teach him. Richardson
He's a
might be the
perfect guy.
guy to eventually take over. I don't know. I don't see Seattle taking Richardson.
If he's there, I think they take him. I just don't think he'll be there.
The Raiders would be stupid to pass him up.
I mean, Seattle has a 5th pick.
Yeah, but is that what they want? Is that what they need? Because Pete
'Cause they
Carroll
have
looks like a
2
freaking
first round.
genius right now.
They have 2 first round picks, guys. It's so funny. They
Yeah,
have 2. They can do whatever they want to do.
yeah.
They can go get a quarterback and still get the guy they need.
I don't know, but Pete Carroll made us look crazy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is my guy." And we're like, "Okay, good luck to your season." So people, people, people like
Like,
Will
well,
Levis arms. I mean, the mayo, the coffee is real. I mean, is the mayo and the coffee real thing? As far as I look, I don't know about that video. I saw that video, and I don't know.
I can't believe that'd be true, but
It was a because there was a point where they showed his girlfriend, and she goes, "Really?" And then they went back to him, and it was like already kind of mixed in. Like, did they swap coffee cups? I don't. Is it true? It's true. Sure, why not? I still don't like the guy. I don't care. I don't think he's gonna be again. I think he's gonna be. He'll be in the NFL. Like I don't know. Like I just don't think he has traits and talents
I mean,
to be a good average backup. I'm sorry.
yeah, he reminds me of Mitch Trubisky. Everything about him screams Mitch Trubisky. They have player comparison to Josh Allen. It screams Mitch
No.
Trubisky to me.
Wow.
It's
No. 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 No.
Josh Allen's perfect backup is Mitch Trubisky, and that's what I see him as. Josh Allen's perfect backup. This is what he has. I mean, he started off with Penn State. Now I remember he couldn't win the job at Penn State. That's why I remember
Mhm.
for Will Levis. And he goes to Kentucky. They're a terrible offensive line. So he keeps getting hit a lot. But when he does play well, he plays great. I just don't know. I don't see him being that guy. And maybe I'm wrong. But I would bet on myself 100% of the time against him personally.
Okay. I think he's just got the good talented traits to be a backup
Mhm.
for his career.
Yep.
Off topic, how you feel about Max Dugan? Right, we're talking about the rookies. It's fine. Talking about the combine. It's not
Yeah.
really off topic, so go ahead. Um, I like what he did at TCU.
He's
I like what he's done for his career path and that he fulfilled his college career in case he doesn't do anything in the NFL. Because why? I think he's going to be at the bottom of the. He's going to be a third string quarterback, and he's going to bounce back and forth in from practice squad to regular active roster. I'm sorry, and that is that too early to say?
No,
I don't know.
Max
Maybe
Duggan? No. No.
But it's look. There have been players out there that prove us all wrong. We just have to wait. I just don't think that he's going to be the guy. He's going to make some roster somewhere. He's going to be the third guy because look, unless you're a high top prospect, the thing, guys, look, you can sit there and wait and try and get better, but the problem is there's new rookies in every year at your position, and there's only 32 spots. And
Max Duggan reminds me of Trevor Siemian. He's going to be a career backup. He's going to have to go to different teams all the time, and it's really going to depend on his work ethic. Does he stay in the NFL or not?
Yeah.
You know, if he's a good leader and a guy who could sit on the sidelines and then perform without practicing, he can stay in the NFL. If not, Max Duggan will be in the XFL in 2 years. That's where I see it.
It happens. But the thing is, the NFL, like again, if you're not in the top prospect, if you're not in like round 4 or higher, a lot of times you just won't get the chance. And it sucks because you really believe in some of these guys and they just don't get the chance. Why? Because injuries don't happen, or they just get sent to the wrong team, or at the time the coaching staff believed in them and then the coaching staff got fired that year. So now the people that believed in you are no longer there. And this is what happens. New coaching staff or new organization comes in like, well, we never drafted this guy. I don't want anything to do with him. But I do know about this guy who's coming in. And that's what happened.
Smith right there, you know. But and you say people that don't get a chance a lot of times. Brock Purdy would never gotten a chance. He got a chance, and now he's going to be fighting for the number 1 quarterback spot in San Francisco.
There's going to be other teams looking at him in 3 years.
Yeah.
In 3 years, there's going to be other teams looking at him. Him or Trey Lance. Now, what are the Niners going to do? I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Let them.
They need to trade Trey Lance to
That's what you say, Tennessee. But we don't know.
I think they should trade him to Tennessee.
Yeah, but we don't know what might happen during training camp. I don't wish upon injuries, but if it happens, it happens. Like it just.
No, I'm talking about Trey Lance. I think you trade him now, and I think that because I think he needs a new start. First off, but I think they're right on Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance could be a very good guy, but you need to get something from him for him now. Because if you put him behind Brock Purdy, you're never going to get anything from him.
Yeah.
So just the idea of Trey Lance right now is higher than what you would ever get.
Is Brock Purdy even going to be ready because of his elbow?
They said he'll be ready. He'll be ready by not mini camp. But he said by August. So that's right before the season.
And then the ankle injury with Trey Lance, like you got a busted up ankle and a busted up elbow.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Nobody. Jimmy G's gone. Jimmy G's going to get signed somewhere. We're going to hear about it probably within the next 2 weeks.
I keep on saying Miami, but Jimmy G's another person that should go to Miami.
Nah, he needs to go to the Raiders. He'll go to the Raiders.
I don't know if he will. I think even though I like the idea of the Raiders, I think Jimmy G might want to be a starting quarterback.
Why wouldn't he be a starting quarterback there at the Raiders?
Because the Raiders are going to draft somebody.
You don't know. They do stupid things. Look, they are one of my 4 teams that you never know what they're going to do. They're one of the 4 teams I never know what they're going to do. Jimmy G to the Texans? Okay. I don't think so because they're going to draft Bryce Young.
If they get Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, then Jimmy G's not going to be starting there. You're not going to waste your money on another guy.
Yeah. And then Jimmy G won't sign that. I've already dealt with Trey Lance. Why would I do it again with CJ Stroud and Bryce Young?
He can get $30 million. Jimmy G can go get $30 million. If he wants to go to Tampa Bay, he can get $30 million.
Yeah, just sign the 1 year friend. It's the league minimum, right? 30. Why not?
He's going to be a starting quarterback somewhere and make 30. That's not even a question.
He'll do it somewhere. Look, I'm not saying he'll be like I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't want to say
He's
anything
in
because
too
we got to
many
wait.
title games. He's been in the playoffs way too often. He leads teams there. He's a winner. He's going to make his money.
The Jets screwed themselves though, and I want to say the
Jets are going to far. Brett Favre is happening.
We
this
don't
Brett
know
Favre.
yet. We say that. I don't know. I want to see it
Favre
done. I want to
says
see it done first. If I don't see it done first, I'm not because if Rodgers decides, you know what, it was nice hanging out with you the last 48, 72 hours, but I'm going to kindly say no. That's happening right now.
The only hang up for them is that the Jets are saying we need 2-year guarantee from you. We're not doing this again. We need 2 years guaranteed. And I don't know if Aaron wants to do that. I don't know. I don't know what's in his heart, if he has a heart. But I don't know if he wants to do that. I think that's the biggest hang up. They're not going to trade a first round or a second round pick for Aaron Rodgers if he's not guaranteed to play there for 2 years.
I like I said, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I don't think it's going to happen yet. All right. So, anyways, we should get into what about Atlanta? I don't know. I think they're going to run it with Desmond, and if they were smart, they'd run it with Desmond 1 year and see how well he does. Because if he does crap, guess what? We have an opportunity at a good quarterback coming out next season.
Oh yeah,
but maybe Desmond Ridder does ball out and does okay his sophomore year. So what did I think about Stetson Bennett? Again,
backup. He's a good backup. Yeah, a quality guy.
Didn't we talk about him already? Or was it somebody bring him up? We said that about Max Duggan. He's gonna be he'll be an above average backup quarterback.
He's the kind of guy that Stetson Bennett will stay around forever. He'll just be around for a long time as a backup.
He's gonna be Andy Dalton, just lingers around, finding a job here and there. Andy Dalton's his days are coming. Done. Like, please get out of here. I'm tired of seeing you on these rosters. Packers going to rob the Jets for Rodgers? Maybe. I don't think they will.
Even if they do, I don't think they get more than a first rounder. I don't think you get more than that for him.
Yeah, we'll see. Everyone get ready for Tajay Spears, the running back no one is talking about since he skipped combine. You are absolutely correct, my friend. We were talking about it during the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
So we kind of like him. Senior Bowl standout, more importantly, don't stand out. And he's got crap. Lost my space.
That's right, Tulane. He's got clutch. But Tulane has been giving us great running backs for a long time. You know I love Tulane running backs.
Yeah.
I really do.
He was one of the standouts in the Senior Bowl. But I'm that is a good comp.
Stetson McCown. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I get you.
I can back that up. Yeah, Tajay Spears is interesting, and I want to see we're gonna see when is their combine or
that's a good question. Well, I mean, Tulane's combine.
Tulane pro day.
Bro, that's.
I don't have the schedule.
I don't see it up there yet.
But it's coming here within the next week or so. But no, he's one of those guys I'm kind of paying attention. Yeah, and he was disappointed.
Top 8 running back guys, so he's not like he's not coming out of nowhere.
No, yeah.
April 4th.
Here's guys around that range.
April 4th. Wow, that's actually late. No, no, he did. That was last year. That's last year.
Yeah, but still before the draft. Tank Bigsby, Evan Hall, Tajay Spears. A lot of people aren't really looking at them, but I think they're going to be
March 16th. I'm sorry, March 16th.
March 16th. Okay.
Yeah,
that's like in 8 days. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah, those 3 running backs I'm kind of looking at and seeing what it is. Are we going to do our rookie running backs or? How you
let's do it now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Stenson to KC to become the new Chad Henne. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that. Chase Daniel.
Daniel.
That's what I was thinking when Stetson Bennett, Chase Daniel. Yeah. Grab that clipboard and make all the millions.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, let's change this up.
Who you want to do then?
We'll do Sean Tucker today.
All right.
I did mention. Did I keep it the same, Sean Tucker?
I like Sean Tucker. So
Sean Tucker out of Syracuse.
Syracuse, yeah.
5'9.5" as of now. Measured at 207.
Yep.
So we didn't see him at the combine.
Yep.
Which is fine, but eventually we'll see what happens. But Sean Tucker, where is his video? I lost it. My goodness. My bad. There it is.
They played 2020, played 9 games, 2021 played 12 games, 2022, 12 games. 5 yards per carry. He's doing pretty good. 11 touchdowns, only 1 fumble. He's a very good receiver. I believe it's like 37 receptions, so he's a very good receiver.
Think about these running back classes. They came out, and there's a lot of pass catchers. But that's it evens out. Look, if you're in a dynasty league and you need a running back, I think this is the year to fix it. Next year,
yep.
Yeah, this year's running back year. Next year's a receiver year. So
I love Chase Brown, so that's just me.
No, very, very much so. The running back class is fun to dive into. Yeah. I 100% agree. So we're gonna watch Sean Tucker. Let me
flip it.
Oh, all right. So, oh crap!
Catching the ball again.
So
not elite speed, but good speed.
Yeah, good speed, and it's probably why he used to play corner in high school and running back. So it's kind of interesting to see that he has good breakaway speed. So I like what I see. He's explosive. He's got some good competitive toughness. Like he just doesn't go down right away.
Those tackles.
Mm-hmm. And he can absorb the hit. He's got good body control. So a lot of people aren't talking about this guy either. So
Tucker like David Montgomery.
Kenny McIntosh. Yeah, Kenny McIntosh was cool. And
I don't know
Tucker's like David Montgomery.
David Montgomery breaks a lot of plays in the backfield. He does those things. He doesn't have elite speed, just like they both don't have elite speed. But I feel like Tucker takes too long to make decisions on when to go. I don't think he's. I think I could think of 7 or 8 running backs I would like more than him. Even the ones that are ranked lower than him, I would like more. But he's a good pass catcher. So a lot of these other running backs don't have. They have a limited route tree. He has a very good route tree. So that means he's going to come out there and show you guys he could play. And he could play in different ways. He could be a third down back and be fine because he could catch the ball. Let's see. A lot of better
vision right there. I just had to see that. Like well, because like I'm looking at it. Sorry, this is now me. I'm sorry. This is now my life. Look, Clemson started playing at Clemson, and hold on. He had exposure at Clemson, Boston College, North Carolina State, Purdue, Louisiana, Virginia, Clemson. Like these were the games mainly where a lot of like his standouts were at. Like,
hey, you remember Syracuse was killing people? Remember that?
Yeah.
Before the referees stole that game from them, they were killing people.
I know this is old as old, but do you remember Felix Jones?
Oh yeah, okay. But Felix Jones was very, very explosive.
Okay. Hey God, I know I went back in the time machine with that one. He was an old running back out of Dallas. If you guys don't know, look up Felix Jones.
He was
This
explosive.
is what this guy kind of reminds me of, just a little bit.
He's a patient runner, but I almost feel like he might be too patient of a runner. Because sometimes you got to hit that hole, and I don't know if he hits the hole all the time.
Okay.
But he's going to get you some tough yards. He has great balance. So he's not running people over, but what he does is, like, when you have a hand on him, he's going to go the other way and he's going to get you. And he has good cutback. He has good feel for the game. But look at this right here. Like, he's able to catch the ball like a wide receiver with his hands. Look. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a guy who more of a complete package. My question is he a good enough runner? I don't know. That's my question. Is he a good enough runner? But as far as catching, this is the guy. This is that dude.
A lot of veteran journey men are losing their jobs after. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This might be
Tony Pollard.
good.
No, I don't think
not
he's
that
Tony
close.
Pollard. Tony Pollard has a lot faster acceleration than this guy. That's what separates what I see. Like I said, I kind of went back and I went Felix Jones, man. Like I went back. Some of you don't even know who that is. But I do like what I see. The only issue I have with them, and I think it's going to be his biggest problem in the NFL, is pass blocking.
He's
You
not
don't
a
have a
big
running
dude.
back that can't pass block.
Yeah.
They're not going to utilize you, and then you're very predictable because of what they're going to use you for. All right, oh, he's out on the field. It's going to be a pass play or whatever, whatnot, and then they just kind of don't use you that way. So, we went black.
So 5'9", 207 sounds big, right? 5'9", 207 sounds like a very big dude.
Yeah, but that should be a pass.
But he's slightly built. He's not like he doesn't have broad shoulders. He's not that bruiser type of guy. He's not that guy. So I'm
enough because that should be the body type to
be a bruiser.
Yeah. But he plays differently. I don't know. Like he's my least kind of favorite one, but I do know that he's gonna make a relevancy. Do I like what I see? Sometimes, not all the time. But again, he is our last running back that we're showcasing. We did other ones. The other ones are amazing. Let's see here. Go. LSU fan in me still has nightmares of Felix Jones and
in the Arkansas backfield. Yep, I agree. That's a good point.
So, but look, overall, he's gonna go somewhere. He's gonna be a good complementary back to somebody.
Exactly.
He's gonna be a decent pass catcher to a team that likes to run those type of packages.
Yep.
And if he lands with the Eagles, it wouldn't surprise me. Just saying, because they like to use the pass catchers there. Like Kenneth Gainwell is what they're using as a pass catcher now, but I think Kenneth Gainwell can hold a little bit more, but they're just not utilizing in that way.
I'm voting. I'm going for Kenneth Gainwell to get a lot more touches this
I know because you just picked him up in last night on waivers.
I was thinking about the whole time. I was like, yeah, I think I'm betting he's going to be something.
You know what? If it makes you feel better, I felt the same way. I originally, if you look at his, here's one thing about Sleeper, guys. Sleeper lets you look at the history of the player in your fantasy league. Look who drafted him. This
guy. Okay.
I drafted him, but the problem is the following year, there was, the cuts. We got to do the cuts, right? There's certain running backs. If you look at my running back room now, I had to cut him. And then the following year, I wasn't able to get him back in the rookie draft that we had. Someone else had. So now he's that guy that's bouncing back.
And he's back, yeah.
So,
I actually see him going to the Bengals. I can see Sean Tucker going to the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Barry Sanders' size, that's not big. No, I mean, but the new NFL, all these guys are smaller now.
Yeah. I just say he breaks tackles. He has great balance. I don't know. But as I said, I can see him going to the Bengals. They have some problems there. I don't know, what's going to happen, but I can see them putting him in the backfield and seeing what they get from him.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at other guys kind of like him, and like Tank Bigsby was one of the guys I thought, but he's 6 foot, so he's a little taller. Then I saw Zach Evans, who was also 6 foot, but he's 215. Chase Brown is about 200 pounds, but 5'11, so he's small. But like I said, he's not a pass catcher. I'm trying to think
crazy because Chase Brown, who led NCAA in rushing, you know, and ran an unbelievable 40, sub 4.5 40, sub 4.40. He's very fast. I like him more than I like Sean Tucker personally.
Yeah, and Sean Tucker is not the smallest guy coming in.
No,
he's not the smallest running back coming in. The smallest running back coming in. Do you know who it is?
Is it Arcane?
A-Chain? No. No, A-Chain's A-Chain's bigger than that.
Tank big?
No. The smallest back coming in is 5'6", 172. Now, hold on. Let me look at it now. Hold on. Let me look at the combine officials for this. Hold on. Because that might have been different now that we have the official numbers. Hold on. Where are you at, my guy? Where are you at? There's a long list of guys.
Arcane, because he's 5'8", 188. So I thought that immediately that's what I thought he was. Because he's small. That's a small dude.
Where are you at, man? Did they not measure you? There you are. They measured you. Here you go. Oh, wow. You're even worse. The smallest running backs come in this class. 5'5", 179 pounds.
What? Who is that?
Rojo already got it.
Oh, Vaughn. Okay.
Yep. The guy that did the flip at the end of the end zone?
Yep.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah. That guy.
I thought Arcane immediately because Arcane is the guy I like him, but he's so small, you know. Yeah. But wow, 5'9", 179 pounds. Yeah, no, 5'5", 179 pounds. Well, he's actually thicker than Arcane because Arcane is 5'8", 188 pounds. So he's thicker than he is. So I don't know.
Yeah, no. Hold on. So you say you don't have to entertain every comment I put up on the chat as comments and algorithm. I love these smaller football channels. Every drop I like. Hey, well, I appreciate that, man. No, we actually go like usually on our busy days. Like we'll knock them out either way. I mean,
we'll try to get to them.
Yeah. We got the new Barbers twins coming into the league, the Brown brothers. Yeah, Chase and Ivan. Hold on, what's his brother? I know it's the Brown brothers though.
They both played at Illinois, so you think I should know. Right?
Yeah, I like them both. So, it's very
well, and they're going and safety. They're going to do really well.
I like what he put here. It's very intriguing for the Dynasty too. You know what's crazy, Rojo? I don't know if you do IDP, but individual defensive players, I would be like to exercise just the fact to get both Brown brothers on my squad. Have the running back and the DB. Just have both Brown brothers on my roster. So yeah. So,
he's actually ranked. I mean, they're both ranked really high.
Yeah, they did pretty good. Who you think will be the first team to draft a running back? Oh man,
I think Philly.
No, don't say that.
It only makes sense.
No, I don't want Philly to. No, please. I don't want that, dude.
But you tell me you don't see it.
I do see it, but the problem is I don't trust Philly. Like, okay,
I think
there's a reason why I traded Miles Sanders.
Philly does it just to make sure that Dallas doesn't get him.
They're a bunch of dickheads.
But can you see that? I mean, if I'm Philly, I get him just so you don't.
I'm looking at this roster, man, and I still see Bijan going to Tampa Bay. I don't like Philly. That's too early. Are you talking about the 10th pick or like the second pick they have? Don't they have two
second one, which is like 18 or something? That's yeah. 16? Is that 16?
I'm looking. No, it's the 31. It's 31. It's the 10th pick and the 31st. No, I still see Tampa Bay. I'm still saying that Tampa Bay will end up getting Bijan.
I'm gonna say Bijan could be over the 10th. I wouldn't be surprised if a team with 2 number 1 picks takes a running back.
Go that high on a running back?
Because what do you need if you're Eagles? Do you need defensive line? No.
Defense, yeah.
No, you don't.
They need a corner. They need a defensive end. They need
Oh, they don't need defensive ends. They have defensive ends.
Yeah, but I don't think they're not going to be sticking around that long. You get a guy in there now to plug him in to be the next upcoming. He's
I'll put
already
my
on
defensive
contract.
end. I'll get
You
my
don't have to
defensive end at
wait.
31.
It's money, man. I'm
I'll get my
telling you.
defensive end at 31, and then I'll go ahead and if I Bijan, because it also blocks your rival. Because I don't think it passed the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys passed this up. Bijan Robinson.
Well, I do see. Oh man, I do
The Cowboys will
see
not pass up Bijan Robinson.
the Cowboys. I do see that there, and if I don't hate that pick. I just don't want it to happen. I don't know. I just don't want it to happen. I don't know. I don't even know why. I really don't even have a reason why I hate that pick. I just don't want that pick. I don't know why. I don't know. But look, either way,
I think they get one of these guys, these top running backs, and then they get rid of Zeke. I really do. Unless they can't get a top running back, then they don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Have you talked about Corum? No.
Blake Corum went back to Michigan.
Yeah, there you go. And even Rojo got it. There you go.
Yeah.
They're talking about cutting him, man. I don't know. Talking about cutting him. Of course, you would love Bijan. Of course, you would love. You would love
imagine
Bijan.
getting rid of Zeke and bring Bijan in? It's like they just keep it going. They're like, hey, keep the party going. Like that's what that would be, and that's why I see Philly saying, "F you, I'm taking them."
Yeah,
they got two. Why not?
Right. So, all right. So that was we went on to another rant.
Sorry.
But no. You're good. You're good. To close off Sean Tucker.
Sidney Brown. That's his name. Sidney. I couldn't think.
But to close out Sean Tucker, what I think about it, I think he's going to be a good backup with the potential to be a starter for games.
Yeah, I like that.
But he's not going to be like the main guy. So he's a pass catcher. I think he's going to be good. And yeah, overall, that's what I think of him. So
he has flashes, but I don't see him as being this big guy. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's running backs. Our last guy that we're gonna today we usually do about two. This individual, I don't know if a lot of people are gonna see him, even know about him later. Like, I mean, we obviously know. I tried to edit that first line. I just cropped it out. I just said whatever.
That's all right.
So this guy is a quarterback out of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 6'3", 217 pounds. And the issue, he's 25 years old. He's been in college for a little bit.
I was say, look how many years.
he's been in college for a little bit. But I do like the potential landing spot. And I'm not hating it. And it could be the New Orleans Saints. I mean, why not?
I'm okay with that.
I mean, have Carr teach him a few things. Why the hell not? But here he is. Watch a little bit. We'll talk about him. But
I love Hendon Hooker because as I said, I see him. I see Sean Payton saying, "All right, Russ, we got you. You cook, but we're gonna let this guy simmer for a little bit, and I'm gonna teach him how to play."
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna come out and surprise and turn some heads, and be maybe top 3 quarterback in this draft after all said and done.
And we'll see how his career plays out. I'm interested in what he does. It's exactly what Rojo was saying. It's an interesting prospect for sure. And I want to see what he does. I think he'll eventually be an average starter, maybe for somebody like for the teams like that are struggling. There's always those years where they just have to have a guy like Teddy, like not Teddy.
Tyrod Taylor, guys.
Oh, no,
Tyrod Taylor is the guy. Yes, that's what he reminds me of. Tyrod Taylor. A guy who can start, who can be a starter.
Okay.
But maybe he's not going to be the guy that everyone wants. But he might be the guy you need.
You don't see him being the next Geno Smith?
Well, if Geno Smith, remember, it was a 2nd round pick.
Well, I know, but I mean, right now, like if this guy elevates his game,
he's with the run and shoot offense that he was doing, his arm, he's so talented. He could run, he could throw, he perseveres. He's a leader. People love him. This guy ran for 6,000 yards in high school, and it was something like 55 touchdowns. Like,
Yeah.
he knows how to make plays. He's a football player. You know?
Yeah. He started at Virginia Tech, and then he transferred over to Tennessee. So in that time, he comes from a line of quarterbacks. His father played quarterback at North Carolina A&T, and then now his younger brother is currently playing quarterback in high school. And so it's kind of interesting that what this family is. So it's morally, this dude's mental health is great, but the problem is injuries kind of had him a little bit earlier, I think. But that he's got a good when you look at this, besides like stats and all that, you look at a player's family, where they come from, and I think he's going to be a good line quarterback. If, like I said, eventually I think he'll be a starter for a few games. He's going to be the guy. I don't know.
But that's
Elevate
what
his
Tyrod
game.
Taylor was, right? Tyrod Taylor for a while was a starter. You know, he's until they punctured his lungs and stuff like that. Then he had like the worst luck ever. The problem with him, what I see with Hooker, is that he holds on to the ball too long, and that's why people say Denver, right? You know, so I love him going to Denver. The Sean Payton teaches him how to get the ball out of his hand, and that might be just a really good place to be. You know, because we don't know if Russ is going to cook or not. But you know, having a guy someone likes, you know, he needs to put some weight on. You know, because his style, you know, he likes to play like Justin Fields, right? But he's not just
6'3", 217.
He's 217, but he doesn't. He's slightly built still.
And I mean, he's got size and mobility, so I don't think his size is too bad. I don't think so.
Gain a little weight because he runs the ball. When you run the ball, you need to have some weight. And you saw Justin Fields even having a hard time in the NFL like this.
What I do like is his accuracy.
He has great accuracy.
Like Jalen Hyatt wouldn't be the guy that he would be if he didn't have him. I just feel like his accuracy is pretty good.
And all these throws, look at this, it's like dropping the ball in the bucket. That's what you're getting. You know, like it's like he's throwing the ball and the dude is just dropping it in his hands. Like, so I do like that. I don't know, man. He 25 years old is old.
It's old, yeah. It is old. Not a lot of teams are gonna like that. But as for what's up, Jonathan? How are you, man?
As I said, I like Denver there, man. I just really lose.
Anthony says he's a Jerry Jones type of guy for Dak. All right.
They play that way. He also didn't. So I just feel like his offense is not necessarily the same offense that we get for pro style. You know, we saw what Tennessee was doing. Tennessee was scoring a lot of points, but it's not pro style offense.
Yeah, but would you trust this guy over freaking, who is it, Joshua Dobbs?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. I like him. Even though Joshua Dobbs is very smart, I trust this guy because he can run the ball. He's going to make you a play. So if he's your backup quarterback, you're going to love him because
I would kind of like Huntley. Like every person, like when Lamar's out, all right, well, we got Huntley.
That's another perfect comp.
So Jonathan says, I don't know how much I like Carr signing, but I talked about it already. Yeah, we did. We at the beginning.
Yeah, we don't like it.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson showed up. Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. We talked a little bit about him. But yeah, it's crazy to see how much like all these rookies just kind of blew it out of the water with. Yeah. They were record breaking. Like I think Joey Porter broke something out of the wingspan of a corner or something like that.
Yep.
I think
because he should be a safety, but he's fast enough to be a corner. And if he can get in the right offense, right defense, and not have to worry about man to man that much, Joey Porter's going to be there a long time. Look, he steps into the throw. He still is accurate with his throw. I think he's a little bit long. You know, his stride. You know, his mechanics are a little bit long. You know, that kind of long throwing motion. But if he's on the run, I don't think it matters.
No, I like him though. I don't think he's terrible. I think he's
Oh no,
he's
no, no,
okay.
no, no.
I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be in the league for a while.
What round do you see him getting drafted?
Oh man.
I want to know if me and you are the same. Because I think he's gonna get drafted a little bit sooner than everyone else thinks.
I'm trying to think of last year's QBs, and I'm gonna say fourth.
I was gonna say late third. I could see him at late third. I'm telling you, that's what makes me think Denver.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. Late third, yeah, not bad. But you say Denver. Interesting.
Sean
I think
Payton. I think he's gonna look at him and say, I can fix that guy.
I
He's
just want somebody to go to the Saints.
But my problem with the Saints is a person like Hendon Hooker, they don't have anyone to train him. Sean
Well,
Payton
the
will be
Saints,
first
hold on.
there.
The Saints just don't believe. Okay, the Saints, what they need to figure out is stop waiting for another Manning to come into the draft and draft another Manning. Do you realize that they haven't drafted a freaking first round quarterback since freaking what, Arch?
And they're waiting for the next Arch.
Was like, yeah, I think that's what they're doing.
2 years.
They
Hey, Derek,
skipped
give
a
us 2 or 3
generation,
years.
though.
We're gonna go one more Arch.
They skipped a generation. Then Archie's can come in, and he's gonna be he's gonna be a star quarterback. And then freaking they're gonna skip his son, and then they're gonna wait till the other man. Oh, come on, man! Like Saints, figure it out, Mike. Like figure out your financial issues in your quarterback. Like you had Jameis Winston just sitting there. Please, can that guy just go out of there and go play somebody else?
Let him go somewhere and do a Geno Smith because James
Yeah.
is way more talented than Geno.
I don't know why they
James
kept running
is
Andy stupid Dalton. Yeah. There's a different run game. Yeah, people can. Yeah, I only running 4.4. Yeah, we were talking about all this earlier. We were talking about D line. Everything was just like faster than some of the
wide
receivers, these
receivers.
high
Wide
end
receivers are
prospects.
horrible.
There's
You
like
know what?
11.
I hate the fact that we gave up a second round pick for Chase Claypool, but after seeing those receivers, I was like, he's 25. Maybe we'll see. Maybe he was worth it.
You got DK Metcalfs at the end. The it's look. I looked at how their body is, and I'm telling you, that's DK Metcalf. You ask me. At the edge, freaking 4.39. Get the hell out of here.
That's crazy.
Just can't catch. The only thing, like I'm telling you, if DK Metcalf could spin, he could play DN. Vice versa, Nolan Smith can be a receiver.
Don't tell him that. He probably be like, hey, coach, put me in. I got it.
Yeah. Hey, if they're up by like 30 points, yeah, why not? All right, Nolan, go out there, see what you could do.
I'm like, no, you ain't getting hurt.
Or DK, yeah, sure, why not? Go get yourself a sack. Why not? Can you imagine in our league if that actually happened? In our league, if that actually happened and DK got a sack, that would be like 15 points right off.
Oh my God. And then all of a sudden he gets like 45 points on his game.
So one thing about our Dynasty League is we have individual defensive players. We do yards per sack. So if your defensive line or linebacker or even a DB that gets rushed gets a 20-yard sack, like it's over, man.
You won the week.
That's like it's oh man, it's like it's the sack, the tackle for loss, the the QB hit, the actual solo tackle, the yards behind every single thing. Like it's just boom. One giant 20-point chunk right there. Something similar to that. We don't believe in draft. Yeah, I know you don't. Yeah, in the first round, I don't understand why. I hate all the injuries, man. It's painful to watch. Look, you guys got to figure something out. But I think you guys need to figure out, like, believe in yourselves and finally draft a QB in the first round. Obviously not for this year, but maybe next year. One of my favorite QBs is coming out next year, but he's not even the best one.
We got a couple more minutes in this thing. I want to ask you some questions about the combine. I want to ask you about certain people in the combine. It's gonna be. I think the answers that you can answer. Okay. All right.
Shit. Okay.
What position had the highest vertical What position? Not that you don't have to give me the player, but what position jumped the highest vertical in all of the combine?
Don't tell me the QBs, man, because of Richardson.
No, someone got higher than Richardson, but Richardson is in the top 10.
I knew he like changed like holy crap. Was it the line? Was it the line?
No.
Was it the D line?
Nolan was very close.
It had been the D line. A lot of those guys were like, was it D line?
Nope. It was safety.
Oh shit.
Jarvis Martin from Illinois. And which is funny because Sidney Brown from Illinois also did a 40.5. Jarvis Martin did a 44 and Sidney Brown did a 40.5. So two safeties out of Illinois were in the top 12 verticals. Crazy.
That is crazy. You're talking about the vertical, right? Hold on.
Yep.
The safety. I'm looking it up. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I got it.
So the 44, damn, 43, yep. 40.
Yep.
And there's Sidney Brown.
Yep.
That's, dude, and that's good. Why? Because they're safeties. There is no interception in the end zone going past this man.
Exactly. You don't think you throw it over him? That might be a problem.
No, I don't even think so. Washington, you be walking. All right, he's a big tight end, right? 6'7", going to the end zone. No, you got Jartavius Martin back there. He'll just overjump him.
All right, next question. What running back had the highest reps of bench press?
And
we've talked about him today.
It wasn't one of the twins, was it?
But it was.
Was it really? I know he was talked about on the bench the following day, but I wasn't.
25 reps on. So he didn't just have a top 40 time. He did 25 reps on the bench press at 225.
No way. I know, because look, I know there's one guy I've been paying attention to. And oh wow, yeah. Holy crap, 25.
25.
That's insane. Where's Tajay Spears? 18, Zach Charbonnet. Chris Rodriguez, 19. I'm not too big on him. Tank Bixby, 21, and Evan Hall at 21. Okay.
Noah Sewell, 27.
That's okay. I see that. Chase Brown wasn't even that far behind him.
No, John Michael Schmidt, the guy I love at center. I love John Michael Schmidt. Only did 26 reps, and Chase Brown did 25.
Yeah,
that's
buddy.
Explosive dude. That's an explosive dude.
Hey,
that guy.
Give it to Andrew Voorhees for coming in the next day and throwing up 38. 38. After he just messed up his knee for the rest of his freaking year, he probably won't even get drafted. And if he does get drafted, I'll be surprised. But
he went that number up there, and he said, you know what? But someone's gonna be looking at me next year because they'll know how strong I am at guard. And that's what you need. You need
or they keep him.
That has to be the
or
guy.
They draft him. Like, he was one of the top 5 guards. Maybe he even plays center too. Yep. He might actually be drafted. Maybe they take a gamble on him and keep him there. I don't know.
Just to think that he'd be that strong. So that's crazy.
The protein shakes must be hitting in college. Yeah.
Yeah. I promise you they are. I went from 190 to 230 in a year. It was nuts.
All right. So of all these guys, of all the rookie prospects that came in, did anybody kind of surprise you, or did you want to talk about anybody specifically? Because I don't know if we'll talk about the combine again after today. I mean, we might, just because of the quarterbacks that we're going to bring up, but we're going to talk about specifically how they did in the combine. But did anybody?
Well, besides Chase Brown, because Chase Brown, Sidney Brown definitely impressed me.
Right.
But JSN surprised me on the 3-cone drill. Because
aren't you like the biggest JSN hater of all of us right now?
I am, but you know what? everyone keeps on telling me his route ability is amazing. His route running ability is amazing. So when you think of route running ability, 3-cone drill, and he did the number 1 time on the 3-cone drill, and that really impressed me. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe JSN will come in and be a number 1 receiver, not because he's faster than anybody, because he knows how to run routes and get open. All right. Gary Wilson had 1,100 yards. Chris Olave had 954 yards, and JSN had 1,400 yards 2 years ago. So I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe JSN does do something special, and maybe he is something special.
I think he is. I think he has a lot of good boom potential and stuff. Like I really think so.
Yeah, but after seeing the combine, that swayed me a little bit more. I don't like people with hamstring problems. I've had bad experience with wide receivers with hamstring problems. Okay. But after seeing that, I thought maybe this guy could be special. So we'll see.
All right. My biggest surprise, and I almost want to talk about Jonathan Mingo, but
I like Mingo.
I feel like I want to talk about Brian Young more.
Yep.
Brian Young came out and just stole the show of the lineman. I was like, who is this? And then I saw who it was. I was like, that doesn't surprise me. And then I saw how short he was, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. This dude's gonna come in and he's gonna be disruptive. Why? Because that's what the NFL is changing to.
I always complain about my hand size. I always felt like my hand size was probably one of my worst things. Byron Young's hand size is 9 1/4. Mine is 9 3/8. And so, like, he doesn't have big hands. He has short arms. My arms are, I think, 33 3/8 or something like that. Mm-hmm. He only has 32 1/2. But he's powerful. He's explosive. And he uses his hands the right way to get people off him. So I think he can be special. He could be.
He could develop into a starter.
Oh, yes. I agree.
I think so. And eventually, I don't think he'll be a starter year 1. But
he's not strong enough. He's not strong enough right yet.
Yeah. But that's just the case with all these guys coming in. But eventually, that's just the way the game is. Like, somebody else comes in bigger, faster, stronger than you, or just better at the position than you. Yep. So we have a few more rookies to talk about coming. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Definitely. So we have the quarterbacks, and then after the quarterbacks, I think we'll run a couple mock drafts. And next thing you know, we'll be doing the actual draft. Hopefully, are we doing a live draft like we did? We didn't do it last year.
Definitely. I definitely want to do it this year. I want a live draft. I want to do it. That's going to be fun to talk about it again. Now that we got more established with these channels, we need to do it.
Yeah. So the next biggest date coming in is, like I said, we mentioned earlier. Right now, open negotiations are going to start happening here pretty soon. So, and then the 15th, pro days start beginning already.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, the 15th is now the start of the new year. So those Dynasty players,
people are going to be signing, and your waiver wire is going to matter again, because all of a sudden that guy who wasn't on the team is going to be on a new team.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Hopefully you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Except if you're in our league, then don't pay attention.
But yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully we'll check you. We'll talk about Sunday. Sunday we'll talk about, what are we talking about Sunday? What's schedule?
I don't remember what we're gonna talk about, but I know it's gonna be something fun. We're gonna have some fun on this thing. I mean, I think we're gonna be talking about Aaron Rodgers, and we're gonna be talking about the Bears trading the number 1 pick. I think that's what we're gonna be talking about, but we'll see. I believe it's going to happen before the league year starts, because people want to see before free agency starts. They want to know where they're going to be. I think it's all going to happen this weekend. So I think Sunday we're going to be talking about these things.
Yeah. Won't surprise me. All right, guys. That's it. We'll catch you on Sunday. And then Brian, if you want to plug in your shows, whatever you're doing off other channels.
So definitely, we got, Sunday we have here on Dynasty Pipeline, we got the Morning Spike. Tuesday, I'm gonna do my Panda and Grizzly show. Really, I'm just talking about the combine season, guys, because this is what it is. This is the combine season. This is we're talking about all these rookies coming in. We're talking about all the free agency season, all the new seasons that are coming in football. So you're understanding what it is. And I'm starting to get you guys get ready to do some more Dynasty leagues. Just take a little tip. Like, hey, if you don't want to do Dynasty, let's do IDP. Add 3 guys. Let's just see where it is. Just see how it works. And if it doesn't grab you, you're probably not human or you don't love football enough. But if you do it, you love football, you're going to love it. So we're going to be talking about that on Tuesday. And then every Monday and Thursday, I do the Spoiler Kings. You know, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We do movie reviews. Do comic book reviews. We do TV shows. Tomorrow we're doing a TV show, doing The Fresh Prince, and we're doing The Mandalorian. So if you guys got a chance, come and see us. We're doing 9 Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific, and 10 Eastern. So if you guys can just come on, join the talk. We love doing comments. We love listening to you guys. So this is all part of the Dirt Huddle. We're all family, and we do this all the time. I'm turning me and Martin on every day.
Seems like it. My biggest thing right now is I'm trying to get to 300 before we get to the season.
Yeah.
If I give a jersey out before the season starts, that'd be great. So, but yeah, did you order your Kelsey jersey yet?
I actually did. I'm waiting for it to come in.
Okay. All right. I'm in the same boat. So, all right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you guys are at. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys Sunday. If you want to talk more football, Sunday early morning. That is 10 Central Time.
10 Central, yes.
Yeah, so we'll be, and that'll be 8 Mountain Standard Time, which will be my time. So, but we'll talk about that then. We'll talk about whatever you guys bring to the table and whatever we bring to the table, and we'll talk about football.
Have fun talking about football. That's all we ask for.
Exactly. All right, guys. Take it easy. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you guys on Sunday.
Thanks, guys.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.